Hello my soapy friends, this is Kevin here with Divinely Designed. Hi everyone. And today we're going to be doing a soap video, but we're going to be doing an unusual soap. We're going to be doing a Moroccan Black Soap, or it's also called Beldi, B-E-L-D-I soap, or it's also called Savon Noir. And I got sort of made aware of this soap by one of the people on one of the Facebook groups I'm a member of, Clara Lindbergh. So I'm going to put a link down below to her site. Check her out. She does beautiful, beautiful photography of her products, and is an all-around super person. So check her link out down below. Okay, so what is a Moroccan Black Soap, or a Savon Noir? It's an all olive oil soap. It's 100% olive oil, but it's made with potassium hydroxide instead of sodium hydroxide. So remember, sodium hydroxide is the hydroxide that is used normally to make bar soap. Potassium hydroxide is normally used to make either cream soap or liquid soaps. So this is my potassium hydroxide. You see, I label it so I know I'm not mixing it up with my sodium. But this is my potassium hydroxide. But otherwise, it's the same. It comes in flake form. Mine is from Brambleberry. So I have that mixed up here in some water, and I have some olive oil. The other thing that goes into this soap is actually the ground up black olives. So I have an olive paste here, and if you're someone who cooks or a foodie, it's almost like making a tapenade of olives. I just took my stick blender and sort of pushed it down and mushed it up so I got a paste. I'm going to blend it a little bit more because I'm going to be adding it to the oils. So that paste of black olives gets added here to the oils as well. Now, I have read in the recipes that some people will change the consistency of these. Some people say they leave it more chunky, like more cut up like pieces. Others say to blend it really like a paste. And I'm going more with the paste one. Why use where does Savon Noir come from, or Moroccan Black Soap? It's actually used in the hammams. I have never been. I am not an expert in this. I have just done a lot of reading online after I learned about this soap. But I've never been to a hammam. My idea of a hammam is sort of like a spa, but not like an American spa. An American spa is it's somewhere you go for the day, right? To get a manicure, a pedicure, massages, a facial. It's sort of like a special treat. A hammam is more like a public bath. I think of the baths of ancient Greece, right? So men and women go there. It's not only to get clean and sort of indulge sort of in that cleaning thing, that bathing, but it's also a social kind of thing where people kind of hang out. So that's where this black soap is used. It doesn't give you a lather, it's used more to exfoliate. And what I have read is the texture becomes more like butter. And so you spread it on your skin, and you let it sit there for 5 to 10 minutes. And though they say the soap is used for exfoliation, it's not really the soap that does the exfoliation. The soap really softens your skin and prepares it for exfoliation. In Morocco, they use a special glove, and I believe it's called a hamas. I may be getting that wrong, but it's basically like a scrubby bag that you put over your hand, and then you scrub really hard with. So the soap really is intended to get your skin soft and prepared for exfoliation. They also do tend to use argan oil. So they'll have this black soap, they'll put it on, let it sit, then scrub themselves to exfoliate, and then they will do a final massage of argan oil. So anyway, so that's a little bit about the black soap itself, the Savon Noir, just sort of where it's used and how it's used, and I thought it was interesting. I'm planning to make enough for like probably 2 8-ounce jars and maybe a little samples, or 1 8-ounce jar and a couple of samples that I'm going to use for myself and maybe give out to some friends to try. So that's, I'm not making a lot, this is a really small batch, but let's go over the recipe, okay? So here in my oils I have olive oil, and I have 600 grams of olive oil. In my water, I have 228 grams of water, and I have 106 grams of potassium hydroxide. And then for my olive paste, I have 140 grams of black olive paste. In this case, I'm using Kalamata olives. If you could find Moroccan olives, that would be fantastic. Now, the one thing I did wonder about this recipe is calculated for an 8% super fat. But this does not enter my recipe at all. I have not entered this in any way, shape or form. But, I mean, clearly there is some olive oil in here, but I'm thinking it's, you know, a fairly negligible amount. It really shouldn't affect the recipe too much. If anything, it's going to make it a little bit more than an 8% super fat, right? 8 plus, but probably not a ton. So, okay, all right, here we go. I'm going to add my black olive paste in here. I'm going to give this a little buzz with my stick blender just to get the olives mixed up a little bit better. Okay, and the color of the soap, they call it black soap, but I have read the color of it can range anywhere from a very dark black to some more of a dark greenish or a brown, and a lot of it has to do with the olives that you use. So, okay, so that is my olive oil and the olive paste. Now I'm going to add my lye mixture. Now I'm going to mix it in my bowl first with the stick blender. I don't know how well this is going to work. Eventually I'm going to cook it like a hot process. So I have my crock pot on here on low, just being warm. But I thought I would start in a bowl. Having never done this before, and not really finding any videos online for it, there are, I think, a couple that are in French. Unfortunately, I don't speak French. So I'm just sort of winging it. But anyway, here comes the lye. Now my lye is pretty hot right now. Okay. Woo. Wow, that turned very black, or a really, really dark green. Now, being a 100% olive oil soap, just like if you were using sodium hydroxide, I hear that coming to trace takes a long time. So I'm just really making sure I'm kind of emulsifying everything here. Okay, that's pretty well mixed. I'm not really looking to get trace in my bowl here, so I just wanted to make sure I mixed all the stuff up together well. All right. Push that aside here. Bring in the crock pot. Okay. And then everything's going to go in the crock pot. Now this is probably going to cook a while, so after I get it all in my crock pot, we'll probably, I'll stop the video and then pause it and then come back at various points. So we'll just get all this in here. Oh, and this is traditionally, I have read, scented with eucalyptus. So I have some eucalyptus oil I'm going to add a little bit later. I just think being in my head, a Moroccan, with the name Moroccan Black Soap, if you use some like wonderful spice mixture, that would be really good too. But I'm going to try and stick on, kind of the more traditional route. So I'm going to use some eucalyptus essential oil a little bit later on. For now, I think this is going to be it. I'm going to put the lid on, and we're just going to let this sit and cook for a little while. And I'm going to come back and mix it with my stick blender from time to time. So, okay, stay tuned. After the break, there'll be an update. Okay, folks, we are at the, 1 hour and 25, 1 hour and 25 minute mark. So almost an hour and a half. I have stirred it once between when I put it in the pot and now, and I'm just about to stir it again. It's kind of fluffed up. You can see the volume has kind of increased, and it's got kind of like a little bit of a skin on it from the, the olives? I don't know. But I'm just going to stir it here, give it a good stir, and let it continue to cook. It smells pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of just like the olive smell, but I don't know, this has a nice kind of smell to it in the kitchen right now. So I'm just stirring this around. And I think on some of the blogs, on the few I could find that talked about making this, I think a couple of them said they cooked it at around 3 hours. So we're going to let it go for a little while longer still. But I'm just going to give it a nice stir so we don't get that skin kind of drying out too much. But I think it's well on its way to actually being the Savon Noir, because it looks very close to pictures I've seen of the black soap. But we're going to let it cook some more. So, alright, so this is the hour and a half update, and stay tuned. After the break will be another update. Okay, talk to y'all later. Okay, we are at the 3 hour mark. Ooh, steamy. I have not stirred it since the last time you saw, so we're going to start down now. And I think we're looking very good. Okay. So now my, dilemma, I don't know about a dilemma, since I don't really, I've never done it before, and I haven't really seen any videos, I don't know if I should stop or let it cook a little bit more. Again, I think the blogs that I did read said they cooked it some around 3 hours. I think there was one that said they did it around 4. But this looks like it's done. It's the consistency, it's the color, and it's got that kind of Vaseline-y sheen to it. The finished product almost looks like a gel, from what I've seen. I don't know if you can see that there. So, yeah, okay. So I think we're going to stop. I think this looks good. I'm going to take it out of the bowl here and let it cool down. And I'm going to add some eucalyptus oil to this, some essential oil of eucalyptus. And the one I'm using is from Nature's Garden. So Eucalyptus globulus. I'm not going to add a whole lot. This is a really strong fragrance to begin with. I think the recipe, if you put it in for like the fragrance ratio in soap calc, if you put it in at like the really high amount at 1, it would call for 0.6 grams, which is a really small amount anyway. I don't know that I could weigh it out. So I'm just going to add a few drops, and I think I'm going to do it by nose. I'm just going to add a few drops, stir it in, see how it smells until I get a nice kind of eucalyptus smell with it. So, okay, I think I'm going to do one more update after it's out, cooled, scented, and sort of all complete, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, we're back. So this is all completed. I wanted to show you the completed Savon Noir or Moroccan Black Soap. So I put it in, this is an 8-ounce tub. I got about four 4-ounce tubs and one 8-ounce tub out of that 600 gram batch I did. And then I just wanted to show you really quick kind of using it. It has, people described it like butter, and it does feel a little bit like, I don't know, sort of like if butter had kind of a jelly quality to it, a little bit of a jelly quality. So it feels buttery, but it's also got some, I don't know, like stickiness to it. So I'm just going to use some damp hands and just kind of rub it in. Now remember, I mean, how you use this is you're supposed to sort of slather this all over your body after you've been sitting in, you know, the hot, steamy hammam, and you let it sit on your skin for 5 or 10 minutes to sort of soften up. It reminds me a little bit of an emulsified sugar scrub, but without the scrubby parts. But like if I mean, look, if I rub it, it sort of becomes almost lotion-like. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, I almost get kind of a lotion feel to it. And I think this works well on damp hands or damp skin as opposed to very wet skin. So you just sort of rub it on and let it sit. And after you've let it sit for a good 5 or 10 minutes, again with your skin sort of being, you know, hot and humid and the pores open, then you rinse it off with warm water and you scrub with the scrubby brush, and that's really what does the exfoliation. It feels like I have butter on my hands. That's the consistency it feels like right now. I ended up using about 100 drops of eucalyptus oil, and it has a very faint eucalyptus scent to it. I can smell it, but it's not overpowering. I might have actually added more because I kind of like strong scents, but I still definitely get the olive smell to it. So it's sort of a combination of eucalyptus and olive. It's very thick. And then I'll just wash it off. And I think you can, like, see, you can get some bubbles with it. They say it doesn't really get bubbles, but when I add water, I guess I don't, but you sort of get some bubbles. Tiny little bit of lather and bubbles. It's more creamy than anything else. It feels pretty nice. And then once I have it kind of all washed off. My skin feels nice. It actually feels a little sticky right now. I mean, not real sticky, but it doesn't feel like after if you use an emulsified sugar scrub. I don't know, when I love those things, and your skin feels sort of new and fresh. I definitely don't feel that way. It feels nice. It feels sort of moisturized, but that's about it. I think the exfoliation really comes from the scrubbing afterwards. So, okay, that is it for Moroccan Black Soap or Savon Noir. Oh, let me see if I'm going to lose my camera here. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to do a little on the motion shot here. So that's it for Savon Noir, Moroccan Black Soap, or Beldy Soap. Those are the three names for it. Comments, questions, leave them below. If you like this video, click that subscribe button and give us some, let me know what you think. If any of you have actually been to Morocco and been in a hammam, let me know. I would like to know what that experience is like. If you've used black soap before, let me know. I'd like to hear about it. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Check back for more bath and beauty and soap related videos here at Divinely Designed. Bye, y'all.